our veteran. He's still here in the community, and he recalls clear as day, vividly, being 5 years old and his sister being grabbed. She was 8, being put in the back of this grain truck, and then they grabbed him and they put him in, and they sent him off to Brandon. Can you imagine that? Not to see, your mom and dad, and to see your siblings, and of course not to speak your language or your culture, to practice your culture, and not to hear the words "I love you," from your parents.
I would have been 4 months old. My first appearance in court, in front of a lawyer, social worker, and an RCMP officer, and a 15-year-old girl by herself. Can you imagine your daughter?
They hid me during the residential school years. They knew what was going on. All my brothers and sisters ended up in Belmont, La Brette. They were sent all over, and without any choice.
Can you imagine someone being pulled out of the home and there's no security because there's no one there to look after you? There's just someone to bully on you. And same in our foster home with my brother and I. That's just the way it was. We're in that home and we didn't have the security because there was nobody else to help us.
And that's when the Indian agent used to come. I remember coming to our home and literally dragging my one cousin out from under the bed and was screaming and crying, "I don't want to go," I don't want to go back, they hurt me, all this kind of stuff, and it literally really affected him. And so a lot of them turned to alcohol, and they turned to drugs and stuff, they try to cover up all that pain, I guess, So now I can really see the real, how it's a generational curse really that happened, it has a generational effect on our people, not only the ones that went to residential school, but now their children and their children's children even are still suffering from that residential school experience.
It did not affect me in a negative way, my state school, residential school experience. I refused to let it. My mom and dad refused to let me go down that route. They said, "No, make that choice." And so my children they have the education required to function outside the reservation and that, but they do not forget who they are.